Hello, Black Healing Matters family. Danielle here with yet another episode of the Black Healing Matters podcast, where we offer you ideas to hopefully move you one step closer to your healing. Happy Friday to you. You know, I am particularly happy this Friday because I'm actually traveling to the States. And so as you're hearing this, I have pre-recorded this episode. And as you're hearing this, I am likely in the air right now, circumventing the globe on my way from Asia to the US. So I'm really excited to be hearing from me. Hopefully I'll get to record a few episodes there in the States for you. Nonetheless, here on the Black Healing Matters podcast, every Friday is Finance Friday, where we talk about, finances to hopefully get your money right. Because we know that is an integral part of having a harmonious experience on this planet, at least where we live. And so today I'm sharing with you an interview that was done with someone who I think you should know about. This man decided that, he, based on his passion and his desire to help African Americans and Africans in the diaspora to reconnect with Africa, he decided to form a business to help reconnect us diasporians back to the continent. And if you recall yesterday's interview with Mama of One Africa, rather, I believe her name was Imakus. She actually works closely with this man who we're going to be talking about. Again, his name is Bomani. He has a company called Africa for the Africans, and they offer investment and tours. And so many of us have been, many of you listeners here on the Black Healing Matters podcast have shown interest in investing in Africa. And I told you I would go out and find some information, and here it is. Okay. So listen closely, because this interview really goes into how and why Bomani decided to create this company, create this business, Africa for the Africans, tour and investments, as well as how you can go ahead and get involved with taking an investment tour to Africa. And he has several different countries that he offers. So without further ado, please take a moment here, maybe 20 minutes, 20 minutes, and listen to this interview with the brother Bomani about Africa for the Africans. This is really inspiring for those of you who have that yearning in your soul to either go back to Africa or simply to invest and make some serious money on this Finance Friday. And on that note, Black Healing Matters family, stay tuned, stay blessed. Please connect with me, call in, email, comment, all that good stuff. And as always, Black Healing Matters.
All right, greetings, peace.
Greetings, family.
We're in Atlanta, Georgia, GA. You are now in the Jollof Collective with your street journalist, Ibrahim Osedi Ba. And today I'm about to talk to a brother, a comrade, a partner, a technician that makes sure all our computers are on point. This is Brother Bomani right here. And Brother Bomani got this initiative called Africa for the Africans, and he had took hundreds of people back home. And we're going to be talking to him. But first, we'd like him to introduce himself. Brother Bomani, tell us about yourself.
Greetings, family. Bomani Tayamba, originally from Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm inspired by Marcus Garvey to reconnect our people to the land of our ancestors. Ghana is the main country of Point.
Awesome. So reconnecting with our people, even though we know we have a history, some might not see the necessity of reconnecting, or even if they know that they had disconnected at some point. This brother knows that he had disconnected and he needs to reconnect. What's that motivation and inspiration from?
Yes, motivation and inspiration is to want to know more about yourself, more about who you are, where you come from. And a lot of times we've fed so much falsification of our history, our roots, our culture in the school system, not just in America, but just all over the world. I mean, when you talk about documentation of books and things, you ask yourself who write these books, and so you can, and then you look at the news, and who does the journalism to produce, films and certain information about documentation about Africa, and that's why I started Revolutionary Cam when I first made my initial journey to the African continent in 2004 to Senegal and also Egypt, and that inspiration came from the study groups, connecting with other brothers and sisters that's just into their roots and culture, and just being around that energy here in Atlanta helps a whole lot.
So you are one of those brothers and sisters that was born in the Western Hemisphere?
Yes, family. Born in Kingston, Jamaica, and then grew up in Brooklyn, New York.
And having the chance to go to Africa, go to Egypt, and go to Ghana, and seeing that, you know what, this is my roots right here. I can't be without this root right here. This is the substance that I need for my being. And with your expertise and your knowledge coming home, this is just perfect for Ghana and for the brothers and sisters here that would have to have that same experience that you had, the experience that touched you, that want to make you take other people back to Africa.
Absolutely, and that's what it's been like. It's as soon as you just connect into this energy, it just it's a life on its own. It's been 10 years.
And how many times have you been to Ghana already?
Been to Ghana 10 times.
You already been there 10 times.
10 times.
And I'm sure you had already took hundreds of people to Ghana.
Yes, close to about 200 different people, and that's just one country. The other countries are countries of research. I've been to 7 other African countries, but Ghana is what we're talking about as far as
right now.
us returning to the land of the ancestors, where we were taken out of portals like the door of no return in Cape Coast and also Elmina, right there in Ghana.
So why do you think it's very important to take people from here, from the West to Ghana, and especially getting them involved with investment in Ghana?
Yes, Ghana is one of those incredible countries. It reminds me of my roots in Jamaica. It reminds me of just being in a beautiful tropical country. It just really just reminds me of what I feel like the African continent, when you just say, tropical Africa, that's Ghana, the culture, the people. It's a great representation of the African continent, just like Jamaica is like a great representation of the Caribbean. And so I feel completely at home, and with me feeling at home, I encourage other people to just open their mind into taking a journey, because once you're in a country like Ghana, it opens you up to a whole world, and the African continent is like an unbelievable.
So I am sure some of the people you already took to Ghana have got into some kind of investments, set up business, they have business interests, some even repatriated, end up moving and living in Ghana. Is that right?
Absolutely. Since I've been traveling there in Ghana in December 2006, a year later, October 2007, and 2008, brought in the interest of people who wanted to live and do business in the country. So then from there we started really building a nice business and investment conference. And the brothers and sisters who have repatriated that live there in Ghana, now our goal is always to just get them connected by them sharing information as far as the process of how it was when they lived in America or the Caribbean, and then how it was for them to get settled there in Ghana.
And these are people that lived, let's say for example, lived in America and worked all their life here, maybe worked for a corporate entity and saved their money and was able to go back home with your help, and now they're able to offer themselves the right incentives, the right tools, the environment, the culture that which allow you to know who you are, so you'll be able to manage yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the part of our journey that's laid out. We go from getting you prepared here in the country here in America or wherever you are in the Caribbean or wherever you are in the diaspora, and getting you connected there in the country to where you get your chance to go around the country and embrace what's going on in the country, and then get connected with the right people. So when you're time to make a move, you have all the things in the place to make a move. So over the years, we have continued to help a lot of our people make the move, and we encourage more people. If you're looking to make that move, take the journey with us. We bring you to an incredible pace to where you're successful. It's not just make a quick move to Africa and be successful. We plan and we organize.
So like Marcus Garvey say, Africa for the Africans. You know, you have China for the Chinese, Europe for the Europeans. I just want to ask you, what is the future of Africa for the African tour? I know that you had took a lot of our own brothers and sisters in our community that we know, and just seeing their return and seeing how they had grown just a short time they had traveled to Africa, and even the way they operate back over here is totally different. And we are very thankful for that opportunity that our people here that we share with every day are able to go home and better themselves and come back over here and help us get better. What is the future for Africa for the Africans tour?
Absolutely, family. The future of our tour is a world of ecology, a world of repatriation based on us building ourselves a sustainable future. We went to a wonderful part in Ghana called the Brown Afo region, in an area called Techiman, to a wonderful eco village by our sister Nunez called Benu Village. And that is one of our main diaspora community, where we're looking to acquire plots of land and build into the communal system there with our brothers and sisters, and really just make it a headquarters for us, those of us who decide that they want something more sustainable away from the city, where they can get back to, you're a farmer, so you know I'm talking about, get back into the ground. You know what I'm saying? A base of ecology. Right. So that's the future of what we're looking to do. We're looking to tap more into the sustainable, into solar, wind, and any form of just sustainability. We have to dig into, we have to look at that as the future, and look at us just getting off the grid and us taking care of ourselves and start making other people rich and empower ourselves.
And Africa is actually the #1 pick if you're talking about sustainability and self-reliance, because it gets hot over there. So you could use you could run some solar panels.
Lots of rain.
I mean, lots of rain.
Catch water.
Some food. So you could definitely be sustained in Africa, not alone Ghana. Ghana is very tropical, ain't that right?
Yeah, absolutely, family. That's the center of the country, center of the continent. The center of, not only the center of the continent, but the center of the world, as far as its coordinates, 0 degrees longitude, 0 degrees latitude, right there in Tema, right outside of Accra. So the country Ghana is very incredible, and it's not just about Ghana, it's about us reconnecting to the motherland, Africa. And Ghana is just one of the countries we chose because we have to pick a country that we can make things work, and a country that has things set up for us to repatriate.
So what about the brothers and sisters that are considering traveling with Africa for the African tour? What would be the reason? What would you tell them that, this would be the ultimate trip of a lifetime? What would you offer to the listeners right now to make sure that they will be comfortable to join the Africa for the African tour? Why would they have to come with Africa for the African tour?
Family, the reason why you want to come with Bomani and the Africa for the Africans tour and crew is because we have done this journey 10 times, and every time we've done it since the initial time, it's been to make sure that you have the best time of your life in general. And the Ghana tour is set up to where everything is organized and put in place for you. It's designed for you. It's designed to get you away from the hustle and the bustle here and take you to peace and serenity, where things are organized for you, where our itinerary is laid out to give you the best feel of the country, the best reconnection, and also to connect you with the wonderful people that's there in Ghana, and also wonderful people that's come on with you, that's on that same mission, that lives in so many different states and other countries.
My last question to my brother right here. He's very passionate about what he do. I mean, he got books on this subject, that he put together. I mean, he have pens, he have T-shirts, as you can see. I mean, he's definitely blazing the trail for you, for me, and for our children. But my last question to this young, intelligent, and a father right here, Bomani, would be, well, a lot of us got inspired by Marcus Garvey, you know, who says, a people without their roots is like a tree without roots. You can't even stand. Is that correct? Did I quote that right?
That's absolutely right.
Right. So what
people without knowledge of their roots and culture,
correct.
Like a tree without roots.
Roots, exactly. So it's very, very important that we connect with our roots so we can sustain our here. How are you inspired by Marcus Garvey?
Yeah, first of all, inspired by Marcus Garvey by these powerful words of Africa for the Africans. The word just empower us, just like, you know, we live in a world where it's European for the European, Asian for the Asians, without them having to even use the words. But these words were illustrated and empower our people to formulate a reconnection back to the land of our ancestors, back to the nature, back to our essence. And Marcus Garvey spent this whole life on that mission, a mission that he never physically accomplished as far as making it to the land of our ancestors, as far as putting his foot on the ground. But his works, his effort, his energy, what he laid out continued on to where it inspired people like myself to say, we must continue our reconnection to Africa. You know, it's kind of like, you know, when a soldier falls, you see in these patriotic movies, you know, with the men running around with the American flag.
That's
the
right.
man falls, and the next man pick up the flag and
That's
keep
right.
it going and keep it going. And that's the nature of the revolution of nation building, that we must reconnect and keep it going. The African continent holds the key for the future of the African race, the African people, of the world in general. And it's the biggest thing that, you know, we're missing right now as a people, is that reconnection.
Yes. So, with that being said, again, that's Brother Bomani right here, and I had the chance to interview my brother today. I am your street journalist, Ibrahim Abar. This brother always played our future documentary, Food, Clothing, and Shelter.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? The essential that we lack over here and many other places. And if you're trying to secure the essential, this brother will help you and guide you and give you exactly what you need. So again, I want to thank you for the opportunity that you gave me. I had the chance today to be able to share some words and talk to you about what you do. And congratulations for the 10 years that you've been taking our people back home and reconnecting them with themselves. And that's the biggest resource we have. Our resource is the people. If we have the right minds, then everything else will follow. Thank you.
Absolutely, fam. Yes, fam. Once again, we're live on Revolutionary Camp. This is Bomani Tamba, and I thank my brother for his energy. And
He
we'll keep it
always
strong.
show our film on his trips, man. So, you know, it's mutual. You reciprocate. Thank you.
All right, family.
That's all right. Bless you.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.